Well, here we go. It's Friday night football and we're live from Hougang Stadium with a big one coming up for you as the Cheetahs take on the White Swans. It's Hougang United up against Albirex Niigata, and this is a contest that could have serious implications on the title race as the season carries on into its second half. We're all set for what should be a thrilling encounter between these two sides and perhaps a little bit of revenge on the cards as well. After Albarex's opening day defeat of Hougang at the Jurong East Stadium, it's a turn of the Cheetahs to show what they can do on home soil. Let's take a closer look at the table then coming into this one. It's first against third, and it's a high-stakes clash as a win for the Cheetahs gets them back into title contention. They'll close the gap to just 2 points, but a defeat will see Albirex go 8 points clear of them in the race to be crowned kings of the Singapore Premier League. With games running out, that could see them falling too far behind an Albirex side who are still unbeaten this season. However, a slip-up by Albirex leading to drop points could also see their closest rivals, the Lion City Sailors, potentially usurping them at the top of the table when they are next in action. But our focus is very much on the here and now with these two sides, Hougang and Albirex, set to lock horns. Now, with the clock ticking down on the season's campaign, the pressure is building at the top of the table, and ahead of this crucial contest, we spoke to the head coaches from both these sides. So let's listen in to what they had to say, starting with Hougang's Clement Teo, followed by Albarex's Keiji Shigetomi.
Coach, disappointing loss last weekend. What does the team need to do differently today?
Well, it's fully agree. It's a very disappointing loss. What we have tried to do over what has happened is more of individual errors. So the boys have came back a little down, but naturally they know that it's time to move on. You know, no point crying over spilled milk. But at the end of the day, it is what they're going to do on match day.
What do you see as the key to shutting Albirex down tonight?
Well, basically shutting them coming down the flanks, coming from the sides. Of course, naturally, as a team, they are very, very tactically sound. And, of course, they have individual players that will create problems for us, especially their number 10. By the end of the day, as long as our team does work well together, we do not foresee a problem. Of course, naturally, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a huge challenge for us. But I'm definitely confident that we will not just let things go, but to battle.
We saw Idraki got injured last week. Do you have a timeline for his return?
Next year. Because very sadly, he's an ACL, so he's going for his op on Monday, and we will miss him, but that's football. You get injured in so-called accidents, so we need to move on.
Coach, how did the players feel after playing the first game after a 2-month break?
They played hard, but disappointed that we couldn't get 3 points.
What was the focus of training this week after the draw against the Sailors?
We train as usual. We will play hard for this match.
Hougang had a surprise loss last weekend. Are you expecting them to bounce back with a big performance?
Every match is important. I believe they will play their best.
Just hearing from both those coaches there, Keiji Shigetomi, once again, massive respect for giving these interviews in English, trying his very best to give us some insight into his Albirex side, who have been in incredible form this season. And the first time these two sides met, Albirex were actually the team that came out on top on the opening match day, quite comfortably, in fact, winning by 3-1. Clement Teo, we were talking about cutting out the individual errors coming into this game, looking at the fact that it was time for his players to forget about that last result against Tanjong Pagar United, which was, as we said, a big surprise, especially the way they lost that game by 4-1. They did create several opportunities. They were missing a few players in that game. Kaishu Yamazaki is very important for them in those central midfield positions. missing out through injury, and so was Maksat Zakibaliev, Idraki Aknan as well, as we heard from Clement Teo, picking up a season-ending injury in that game, and that will be a big miss for Hougang United, and they're only expecting him to come back closer to next season. So we're all set now to have a look at the sides coming out onto the pitch ahead of this big battle between these two teams. Hougang, to their credit, actually have a pretty decent record against other sides in the top four, and they have been pretty entertaining to watch, playing on the counter-attack. Very quickly in those areas, punishing opposition. They've beaten Tampines on 2 occasions this season. They've also defeated Alliance City Sailors. And for Hougang United, the problem has actually been against sides in the bottom half of the table. But they've unexpectedly dropped points against the likes of Tanjong Pagar United. Haven't beaten the Jaguars this season. Just 1 point in the 2 meetings against Tanjong Pagar so far. Hougang have also dropped points against the bottom-placed Young Lions. Albirex, meanwhile, as I mentioned, very consistent form this season. They are still the only unbeaten side in the league, and they have proven to be a very tough nut to crack for the other title challengers. Now, 3 of Alberex's 4 draws have come against sides in the top 4, twice against the Alliance City Sailors, once against Tampines Rovers this season. Albirex have also beaten Tampines and Hougang already this season, and this is the second time that these two sides will be meeting. As already mentioned, the opening match day of the season saw Hougang suffer that 3-1 defeat, and to their credit, they've bounced back pretty well to be in the position that they are in at the moment. The recent head-to-heads between these two also sees Albirex coming out on top with wins in the last 3 meetings in the league. There was a win for Hougang in the Cup back in September of 2019, and the last win for the Cheetahs over the White Swans coming in the league back on the 13th of July 2019. We will be seeing a debut for Hougang United. We'll run through the starting lineups a little bit later on as we see the respective captains. Nazrul Nazari from Hougang United there for the coin toss with Hashioka, the number 5 of Albirex. Here's your team of match officials for this match. Mohammad Shakawi Buhari will be your referee. He'll be assisted by Ronnie Koh and Clarence Liao. 4th official will be Nathan Chan. Should be set for an interesting tactical battle as well between these two sides. Clement Teo has already mentioned Albirex and their qualities down the flanks, especially with their captain Hashioka, and the qualities that he possesses. And we have a look at what he's put out here in terms of his starting 11 for Hougang United and Clement Teo there. Kishon Philip getting a start after not having the best of times in the last game. He had to come on for Idraki in the 26th minute, was substituted at half-time, but he comes back into the starting lineup here. And they've got a pretty much new midfield. 5 changes in this Hougang squad from that game against Tanjong Pagar. Shawal Anwar coming in. Kaishu Yamazaki comes in central midfield. Josiah Pua is that debut, 20 years of age, former Bowen Secondary School student. And Maksat Zakibaliev, the most fouls in the league this season. Surprise, surprise. He comes back into central defense and should help shore up that Cheetahs defense. Have a looking at the league leaders then, Albirex Niigata here, and they put out another setter lineup. Just the 1 change for KG Shigatomi's side from that last game against the Lion City Sailors. Kuraba Kondo coming in for Tezuka. So Kosuke Chiku without his regular central midfield partner in Tezuka. 2 Singaporeans, Ong Yuen and Nicky Singh, both making their 10th starts of the season. Ong Yuen, 17 years of age. Nicky Singh, 19 years of age. They've gotten significant minutes this season in this Albirex Niigata side. KG Shigatomi there in your picture. Just looking on here. Still being able to maintain that unbeaten record. It was a pretty interesting meme doing the rounds as well on social media. Well, the rest of the teams were looking at Hougang United in this game and hoping they could do everyone else a bit of a favor in this match against that very strong Japanese side. We're all set for kickoff. And here we go then. Yamazaki early in possession of the ball. Well, they lose it very quickly there. Anders steps across and just sends a long ball over the top for Shawal Anwar to chase. She gets on the end off. Up against Hashioka. Sends a great ball in. Cleared at the far post, and eventually Ong Yuan gets it away. Good strong challenge from Maksat on Nikki Melvin Singh, who was impressive in that last game against the Lion City Sailors, leading the line for them. Let's remember, Albirex Niigata don't have the top scorer this season, Kiyoshiro Seboy. Hougang, meanwhile, on the other hand, an absolute powerhouse up front. And Tomoyuki Doi, 15 goals in the league this season, 5 assists. Here's one Mabut, just in your picture there. Mid-season signing in the transfer window. Singapore international, former Tampines Rovers and Young Lions goalkeeper. Did have a spell in Thailand with Trat and Samut Prakan City. Struggled to get some game time though over in Thailand, but he's back here looking for those minutes, and he's getting them with Hougang. Koga comes across to get his first touch on the ball. 4 clean sheets this season for Takahiro Koga. Comes out to the little man Nagasawa, who's such a big threat when he drifts in off that left-hand side. Loves to take on defenders. Kondo sends a quick ball into the box. Straight into the welcoming arms of Izwan Mabut. Still choosing to play out under that pressure. Just inviting that pressure and looking to play through the press. Josiah Pua. Just looking to play it in between the Albirex defenders there for that run of Tomoyuki Doi. Pretty good start to the game that we've had so far between these two sides. Hougang showing good intensity, trying to respond very well to that defeat they suffered against Tanjong Pagar. Josiah sends another ball in. Comes back off the crossbar. Koga, not quite sure he completely read the flight of that ball. Let me just have a look at it again. I don't think Josiah is actually looking to have a shot at goal here. He's looking for Shawal perhaps at that back post. It almost ends up in the back of the net. Chiku taking no real chances with that. He had time to actually just hang on to the ball in central midfield. Just to send it long into Nikki Melvin Singh. And Hougang will take that. Play by Kishon, just holding it up under pressure. It's gone down the channel into Nikki Melvin Singh, and this could be another interesting battle to keep an eye on as well. And it's one that Nikki Melvin Singh wins for the moment. Didn't really have options in the box, so he decides to just recycle it into Nagasawa. Tokiwa back into Kunimoto, and we've seen this from Albirex this season as well. Koga pushing on almost into midfield to be a part of that build-up. They almost got caught out there. I'm still waiting for a side to really take a gamble and take a risk and go out and press Koga when he does get into those advanced positions. And I tell you what, we almost saw Hougang with Tomoyuki Doi there sliding across, almost cutting out that pass from Koga into Yamashita. Nazrul. Kishon is looking to turn with that dummy. There's enough from Albirex in terms of defensive reinforcements there. Tokiwa and Kunimoto between them, just cleaning up for their side. Into Koga. Here's the press is on. Yamashita and a bit of pressure back towards the opposition goal. Shawal just couldn't quite win it back. It was incredible composure shown there by the Albirex number 4. Fortunato. Yamazaki. Nice idea, just with that outside foot pass, and it's earned Hougang a corner here. After Tokiwa is forced into that clearance, under pressure from Kishon, who will always be a willing runner for Hougang down that right-hand side. Kishon Philip, 1 assist for Hougang this season. Just having a look at Koga there. You will know that he's going to be under pressure here. Hougang picking that out, not allowing Albirex those easy passes out from the back. Quality corners delivered in. Referee just blowing for a free kick there. Might have seen a push perhaps, or maybe it was that high foot. A lot seems to be happening down that right-hand side of the pitch for Hougang United. Left-hand side for Albirex Niigata. Quite a few interesting battles going on there. But the one here out on this left-hand side is they look for that diagonal. Doi takes it down beautifully. Straight into the arms of Koga. Tomoyuki Doi, normally very deadly from those central positions. Just perhaps feeling that little bit of pressure from Yamashita. Clever ball from Kishon Philip into the path of Doi, who's, have a look at the quality on that first touch. Just takes it away from Yamashita. Straight down the middle of the goal though. Strong challenge from Maksat. Coming once again, it's a quick free kick taken, catches everyone off guard. Nicky Singh into the side netting. Almost catching everyone by surprise there. Albirex, I think it's the second time they've actually looked to take a very quick free kick. Fortunately for them, Nicky Singh could only put it into the side netting. As Maksat once again steps forward from the center of defense. Spreads it out into Farhan Zulkifli. Fortunato. First real involvement from the Brazilian. He's had a difficult season with injuries, missed a large part the first half of the season. Sent in by Farhan again. It's simple enough stop for Koga. Just going back to Gilberto, just his 5th appearance this season. He has got 1 goal. Hasn't had that much time on the pitch to build enough of an understanding with Tomoyuki Doi. They haven't missed him much, it has to be said, with Doi and his quality in those attacking positions. Nice triangles played out to Hashioka. Nicky Melvin Singh just on that shoulder of Maksat Zakibaliev once again. This time gets help from Nazrul Nazari, but almost makes its way through into Kishon Philip, end-to-end at the moment. Taniguchi normally plays in more of an advanced position, so there has been a bit of a shift here with Tezuka missing out of the starting lineup. Taniguchi is dropped into midfield alongside Chiku. Nagasawa drives across, plays it into Hashioka. He's got options for the cutback. Well, he had 2 players in there to really hit. It was Ong Yuen and Kuraba Kondo waiting for that cutback. Just win the ball here. Just drives across into those central positions there before releasing Hashioka. It's an intelligent cutback. Could have picked up another assist for himself if they'd been able to find the finish there. I've just come off Nicky Singh actually. Shawal. Difficult ball for Doi to really do anything with. Just looking for that flick on, perhaps a run from Kishon down that right hand side. Now just have a look out as well for this battle down here with Hashioka pushing forward. Always going to be one involved in those attacks for Albirex. Down this right hand side, he provides them with that width, always an option in those wider positions. And the reason I say keep an eye on that is because you've got a very speedy number 10 in Shawal Anwar. But it's Albirex down the left once again with Nagasawa. It's been very lively. Nazrul's dealt with that well. Doi just coming back from an offside position. The flag went up straight away. Potential for quick counter-attacks from Hougang down that left-hand side, especially, as I said, those spaces that could be left behind by Hashioka. If Albirex lose it in the wrong areas, it's an opportunity for Hougang to send the ball into those positions, but it's Hashioka with his attacking threat. Again, that cut back in there. Maksat's there with a strong challenge, a clean one, and it had to be in the box. Here's that pace of Shawal Anwar down the left that I was talking about. Links up with Fortunato. Shawal. Nice idea with that attempted ball into the box for Tomoyuki Doi, who's asking for a handball. Quick transition from Hougang United. That's been a trademark of their game this season. And they have been very deadly with those counter-attacks. Just with the pace and the quality that they possess in those attacking positions. When you've got Shawal, you can just keep feeding him down that left-hand side. Such a dangerous player, an intelligent player. Yamazaki sends this one in. Doi was initially at the near post, couldn't get enough of a contact on that. Comes back out to Kaishu Yamazaki, into Gilberto Fortunato. Sounds a bit of a dummy to Chiku for delivering into the box. Cleared out into Kishon. Lovely Cruyff turn on the edge of the box. Gilberto Fortunato. Koga once again having to cut that cross out and deal with it. Picked it up on the second attempt. Fortunato looking very lively here. Has played in Bolivia, Albania, had a short spell for Gwangju in the K-League a few years ago. And it's just been a bit of a shame that hasn't been available in terms of the fitness and injuries he suffered with a little bit early on in the season for Hougang. They'll be hoping that he's shaken off all those issues. So you see Hashioka going down under that challenge from Kishon. Kishon Philippe, former Premier League player here at Hougang, was teammates with Idraki. And if you're just tuning in as well, we heard big news from Clement Teo in the build-up to this game. In his pre-match interview, Idraki Adnan out for the rest of the season. Only expecting him back next year. Picked up that injury against Tanjong Pagar United. Just really unfortunate for him. Having gotten his call up into the Singapore national side recently as well for the World Cup qualifiers. His season, unfortunately, which has been really promising, has come to an end. See Kunimoto coming across to cover that run of Tomoyuki Doi. Nothing in it, just the coming together of two players and intelligent defending by Kunimoto. Ryo Kunimoto, 19 years of age. He's been one of the regulars in this Albirex backline. That has been so consistent. Never needed to make any changes. Playing lots and lots of minutes together, developing an incredible understanding as he comes out to Hashioka, hugging the touchline. Gilberto holds it up well. He's got a couple of options in front of him as Shawal and Kishon just change flanks for the moment. Shawal. Again, it's Kunimoto with the block. He's picked it up again, looking for that run of Nazrul. Couldn't quite accelerate past to Kiwa. Number 6 winning it back for his side. Chance for Albirex to just hang on to it now, take the sting out of the game. 16 minutes have just flown by here. Such has been the pace of this game. Albirex just now for this moment. Just going to switch the angle of attack here. Taniguchi picks it up in midfield. It's cut out by Shawal. It's got pace to burn. Kunimoto with an important header. Could just see what Shawal was actually trying to do there. Just play a quick pass over the top into space for Doi to chase. Nagasawa picks up another free kick for his side. Got options here, Albirex, in terms of players that could deliver into the box. There will be Chiku, the number 8 though. Does normally step up to take their set pieces. He's got Kurimoto at the back post. He's got Yamashita, the number 4 in there. Nicky Melvin Singh and Taniguchi just in between the defenders. It makes its way all the way through to Izwan. Just waits for his team to get themselves into position before releasing. A pass out into Anders Aplin. It's come back to Anders. Anders Aplin just getting his 6th start for Hougang United this season. Generally has been Maksat and Lionel Tan in those central defensive positions. Lionel Tan missing out on this game through injury. Oh, lovely touch by Kondo. It's well defended by Yamazaki in central midfield. They certainly missed him against Tanjong Pagar. It's been a real driving force for them in that midfield position. Creates chances, carries the ball for them through the lines in midfield. Picks it up off his defenders, pings passes in for runners ahead of him. And every time it goes into Koga, there's that cue for Hougang to press. You just have to look at the bodies that they have in there. Although Albirex are able to escape this time. Ashioka, pace and power down this right-hand side. Farhan Zulkifli coming across with a neat challenge. Kuraba Kondo. Nicky Singh again with that role that he's employed in now in that centre forward position, just holding it up well for his side. He's on the ball, taken off his toes by Maksat. No, by Anders rather. It was Maksat that picked it up in midfield, picked up the second ball in midfield, and Kishon got plenty of pace in these wide positions. On this occasion it's Kishon. Chunato and Doi just waiting for that service to arrive. Yamashita getting a foot in. Lots of attacking intent being shown by both these sides. Not much in the way, perhaps, in terms of clear-cut opportunities just yet. Still very early on in the game, of course. There have been a couple of threatening opportunities or openings, I would say, especially in those wider areas for Hougang. Yamazaki looks to apply pressure once again, and he's forced that turnover. He's forced that turnover from Koga. Perhaps a bit of a surprise as well. Koga, if you're in that position this season, you've had plenty of time on the ball, plenty of time to ping passes out. And he's been an important part of Albirex build-up plays, that extra man in defense when they are in possession. But he's never really been put under pressure, and he's certainly being put under pressure in this game. Let's see how he deals with that new challenge. Anders, it's a sloppy pass into Kondo. Well, it should have been a free kick, I think. Kuraba Kondo going down under pressure from Josiah. Referee decides to play on. Got out of jail there. Anders. That sloppy pass that was cut out by Kondo. Shigetomi just looking on from that touchline. Oh, one well in the air by Kondo. Nazrul. We're just looking for Kishon. Not quite finding the right sort of angle on that occasion. Play by Nazrul once again. Just reads it early. Comes across to cut out that pass. You just see Clement Teo there at the bottom of your picture. He's just encouraging his team to just slow it down at times and keep their composure, not make these sloppy mistakes with their passes. Sure they keep their concentration levels up. Maksat Takibali goes right through the back of Kuraba Kondo. Now that's Maksat for you. If you've been keeping track of his game all season. Doesn't want to give anything away. Fighting for every ball. And it's no surprise that he's come into this game, as I said earlier, with the most fouls in the league. I imagine he's extended that number with the couple of challenges he's put in already. Koga again under pressure. Tomoyuki Doi this time is able to block it. Reaping their rewards here. And in those moments as well, when you're pressing and when you're harrying, it requires a lot of intensity, lots of discipline. If it doesn't work out for you, it can be a little bit challenging on the mental side of the game. So it's always a situation where a bit of encouragement is provided when you do win it in those pressing moments, when you do win possession back for your side. Take these little victories. Keep doing what they've been instructed to do. Farhan again very strong in there, the 18-year-old who has been such an impressive performer for Hougang over the last few seasons. A young man down that left-hand side. Another young man down his right-hand side, Kishon, who's looked very lively into Doi! Wonderful move, flowing move by Hougang. From back to front, left to right into Kishon. With space to deliver quality right onto the head of Doi. He's been in a lethal form this season. He's perhaps not quite catching the right sort of direction he would have liked on that header. Minutes of the match just flown by here as both sides go off for the cooling break. Really good intensity to this match. It's a credit to both these teams. Albirex trying to just build up with their possession game, looking to create opportunities that way. They've had a couple of openings down their right-hand side through Hashioka with those cutbacks. One dangerous opportunity where he was able to find UN on the edge of the box with the cutback. It's coming off Nicky Singh and going away from goal. If you're a Hougang United fan, you'll be grateful for that. And Hougang United themselves, it's a different sort of game plan. More about the transitions on those counter-attacks. They have plenty of pace with Kishon and Shawal, and that's where they have looked threatening in those wider areas. Tomiki Doi just recently with that header going wide. Perhaps Hougan's best opportunity. This opening 25 minutes or so. Again, that pre-match interview with Clement Teo gave quite a bit away in terms of what he's expecting from Albirex Niigata. Threat in those wider positions, something that they would have set themselves up for. But also making sure that they were capable of threatening themselves. And that for me is, well, Shawal has started this and Kishon as well with the pace that they provide. When Albrex's fullbacks get into those advanced positions, there will be spaces left behind in the wider areas. We've seen a few encouraging signs for Hougang in that regard. Yamashita just directing traffic a little bit. He wants a central midfield option to show. Finally gets it in Taniguchi, but the ball's gone out down this left-hand side. Maksat clears it again. It's good reaction there by Albirex Niigata to win the ball back. UN has been a little bit quiet. Just had that one shot so far on UN. He's usually quite involved. Some of their better performers on the ball have been Hashioka, Kondo and Nagasawa. Looked very lively in those one-on-ones. Got that ability to beat defenders as well, and it creates that little bit of gravity. So you drag defenders towards you, creating a bit of space for your teammates. So free kick is given their way, sent into the box, cleared away by Shawal. Back out to that left-hand side for Chiku. And he's able to just get it away initially, Nazrul, before Kishon wins the free kick for his side. As Ryosuke Nagasawa, former Vissel Kobe under-18 player, spent time with Gamba Osaka in his younger days as well. Had 3 goals in 14 appearances for Albirex last year. Nagasawa had an injury early on this season before coming back into the side over the last 3 months or so. We've also had that 2-month break for internationals and for the AFC Champions League. Linesman's flagging, referee waves, play on. Kishon with the chance, and it's sneaked in at the near post! What a moment for this young man! Brought on in the 26th minute. The last game against Tanjong Pagar, taken off at half-time. Getting a start this time around. And he's gotten his first goal of the season, Kishon Philippe, who's looked very lively in this match. Gilberto with that hold-up play. The cut back into Kishon from the captain Nazrul Nazari. The 21-year-old running away towards the bench in celebration. Sneaking in at the near post there, Kishon with that shot. Sets us up very nicely indeed. And a nice ball into Hashioka once again. Cleared away. At the near post by Anders. They did say they were looking at trying to exploit those spaces in those wider positions, and once again an opportunity coming out from some good work down that right-hand side. Nazrul getting forward. The first time we've really seen him get forward in support of an attack. They had that opportunity with Gilberto holding the ball up really well. As the corner comes in from Kondo. Kondo with another opportunity. Charged down by Josiah Poir. Making his debut for Hougang. UN. Good work on the defensive front by Shawal. Does put in the work defensively as well. Ball into the box for Nicky Singh. Spill by Iswan. He's able to gather it on the second attempt. Early ball launched forward by Yamazaki. And he's done really well, Tomoyuki Doi, to actually get in possession of this. Kunimoto looked the favorite, but Doi's picked it up. Almost gave it away. Josiah under pressure from Nicky Melvin Singh. He's got to release it quickly, and he does well. It was Tomoyuki Doi. Did really well with just a simple ball played over the top. Kashu Yamazaki essentially saying, here's a ball, go chase it. He did. Won it back. Here's a look at that. Spill by Iswan. Albirex need a response here. And so far, they've looked to try and, again, just stick to the principles. And opportunities with Tashioka down the right. It's Maksat. Step over from Maksat Zakibaliev in the middle of the park. Collector's item. And if Hougang were playing on the counter attack before, looking to just press as well in certain moments, this is certainly something that's going to suit them. Albirex being the side now, having to chase this, having to open up a little bit more. Crossfield pass from Yamashita to Tokiwa, almost getting cut out by Kishon, but it's made its way through out into UN on his right-hand side. And just have a look at Kaishu Yamazaki. There's the intensity that he brings to Hougang's midfield with that pressing. Just encouraging his teammates to step up forward with him as well as he goes on. Put the opposition under pressure. Yamashita. Chiku. Dealt with well by Nazrul and then Maksat. Kishon again. Skips past the challenge easily once more. It's past Tokiwa. Just can't quite find the options on this occasion. Kishon. Let's come back out to Josiah. He's encouraged to have a shot from range there, which is easily blocked out. Oh, just for a moment, I thought Gilberto might have been onside. Just get on the inside of Hashioka there. Let's have a look at that once again. As it comes in, yeah, he's just fractionally offside. Good call by the assistant referee on the far side there. That's a scoreboard for you, confirming things. Hougang with that one-goal lead. Kishon Philip, the 30th minute, getting his first goal of the season. He'll be feeling a lot better about himself, Kishon Philip. Questions asked about substitution that was made at halftime as well. But he stepped up here. He's been given the opportunity to start, and he's certainly shown his hunger and his desire to try and make something happen, and he's got the goal for his side. Up in the air by Yamashita, and Doi just unable to bring it down on that occasion. Clementio be really satisfied with the performance of his team so far. Generally looked to be in control of this one. Has been perhaps that one big opportunity for Albirex with that Hashioka cutback. Aside from that, this one generally been largely untroubled. Nazro into Kishon. Nice little triangles down this right-hand side. And Josiah is unable to keep possession of that. It's slammed into him by Kunimoto. Hashioka. He's got runners ahead of him in the form of Yuen and Nicky Singh. Dali's on it, and Hougang able to apply that pressure once again. Just pressing in a nice compact unit there. Josiah, Kaishu Yamazaki, Shawal Anwar. And then you had Tomoyuki Doi as well, making sure that option, that pass backwards was shut off. Big ball up into Tokiwa, was able to win it. Nicky Singh, nice hold-up play. Taniguchi is offside. Flag goes up for offside though. Nicky Singh and Hougang with a quick restart here with Gilberto. Cleared away by Kunimoto. Picked up well. That second ball picked up well in midfield by Josiah. Hougang in possession with Kaishu Yamazaki. That's an intelligent ball. Koga had to be quick off his line. Read that well, the goalkeeper. Still being encouraged to press. And Shawal makes his way back to win the ball off Hashioka, who's gone down injured. It was a strong challenge by Shawal. A fair one, just catching him on the follow-through perhaps. If you're Clementio, if you're the coaching staff at Hougang United, you'll be absolutely delighted with the attitude the players are showing here in this first half. Defensive side of the game so important. Here he is. Shawal coming in with a strong challenge. Certainly be feeling that, Hashioka. Such an important player for them. Kazuki Hashioka, 4 assists this season. He is the brother of Daiki Hashioka. Plays in Belgium for St. Troiden on loan from Urawa Reds. And Daiki Hashioka is actually in the Olympics now with the Japanese side. His brother Kazuki Hashioka here into his second season with Albirex. An injury just gives Clementio an opportunity. A few more instructions to his team. A few fans in here, always great to see fans back out in the grounds. We're all eagerly waiting the day when it'll be safe enough for fans to return in full force. Always add an additional element to the game. For those who aren't able to come down into the grounds to watch some live football, We do appreciate the fact that you're tuning in to the AIA Singapore Premier League. What a season we've had as well. With this result, the title race that is very much on. A win for Hougang here will close the gap between themselves and Albirex to 2 points. Yamazaki into Gilberto. See cries of Giba, which is what he's known as to his teammates. Gilberto Fortunato. Maksat. One of his forays forward. His determination has kept possession for his side. They're looking for a handball here. They're quite adamant that there was contact with the arm. I couldn't quite see it, to be honest. But the players are convinced. Comes back up off his arm there. I don't think Yamashita really knew too much about that. In a VAR world, who knows? But on this occasion, it's not been given. You just got to get on with it. Nice touch on. Played into space for UN. That's again really well defended by Farhan Zulkifli. What a wonderful foot race that was between two young players, 17-year-old and an 18-year-old. Farhan, just so quick to come across and win back possession for his side, picking up that free kick. Kuraba Kondo, I think it was, that initially it played the pass into the space for UN to go out and chase. Farhan Zulkifli, 2 assists already this season. His 12th start for Hougang United. Coming into this, he already played 985 minutes. Gaining lots and lots of experience with this Hougang side. Quick throw-in taken by UN into Chiku. Back to Ong Yuen. Farhan. This goes down under pressure from UN once again. Farhan Zulkifli, former Queensway secondary school student. Kishon again. Just takes it off the toes of Takiwa. He's unable to hang on to it. He's had an impressive first half, Kishon. Aside from that goal, he's worked incredibly hard down that right-hand side. Such a willing runner. Showing his qualities in those areas. And Koga has not been given an opportunity to step forward into midfield to assist with the build-up. As he... Well, that's a sign of just how high Hougang are looking to press here. That occasion, that goal kick from Albirex just starting in their own penalty box. Chiku having to drop so deep into his own area. Just been notified that we will have a minimum of 2 minutes to be added on at the end of this first half. We'll have highlights of this first half for you as well during the halftime break. into Nicky Singh. Again, his hold-up play has been very good. He's been able to keep a hold of it. He's been able to make it stick before releasing it into his teammates. Yamashita just gets the ball taken off him by Shawal Anwar. And it was a quick pass, a quick release into space for Tomoyuki Doi. I'd love to be able to have a look at that, because it looked really tight. And again, you just have a look at the pressing and harrying from Hougang United. Showing good intensity to their play. Challenge for them will be in the second half, keeping those fitness levels up, keeping that intensity level up against this Albirex side. Or being made to look very ordinary in this first half. You just hear cries of pick up the second ball, and Shawal Anwar obliges by making sure he's there to pick up that second ball. Ultimately, misplaced diagonal there, making its way all the way through to Koga. Lovely work by Kuraba Kondo. He just overhit that one a little bit. A bit of a heavy touch away from his markers initially. And a heavy touch allowing Nazrul to come in with a challenge. It's gone out of play before Hashioka touched it and picked it up. Initially, I thought, anyway, that it actually got off Hashioka last. But on we go. Chiku gives it to Kunimoto. Straight into the arms of Izwan. The referee blows for half-time here. It's Hougang United, the home side, with an impressive first-half performance. Incredible intensity that they've shown in their pressing, putting themselves about, putting Albirex under pressure on the ball. Plenty of pace down the flanks as well with Shawal and Kishon. It's Kishon Philip who's got the reward for his hard work, scoring that goal in the 30th minute to open the scoring for the Cheetahs. As they go into the break here, a goal up. It's Hougang United 1, Albirex Niigata 0. We'll go for a quick break, but we'll be back with highlights and some stats from this first half. See you soon. Welcome back to Hougang Stadium. It's the home side that's gone into the halftime break with a 0-0 lead over the leaders, Albirex Niigata. Let's have a quick look then at what's gone on in this opening 45 minutes. This has quickly flown by here. Such has been the intensity and the pace of this game. And early on here, Hougang showing their intent with some good work down the right-hand side. Lovely interchange of passes there with Josiah with the eventual shot. Comes back off the frame of the goal, almost catching Koga off guard. And then Kishon Philip here with an early ball into Tomoyuki Doi, who takes it down really well. Nice first touch. Just to take it past that Albirex defense. That's Yamashita, but he's under enough pressure, and it's straight down the middle into the arms of Takehiro Koga. And it was Alberex's turn to then show some of their intensity and their attacking desire here, with Nagasawa just drifting across from that left-hand side, looking for Hashioka, gets that cut back into UN. And this was a big chance for Albirex to actually open the scoring here. They carved open that Hougang defense, which they haven't been able to on too many occasions. It just comes off the heel of Nicky Melvin Singh, goes away from goal. And then Tomoyuki Doi here with that pressure on Takahiro Koga. On this occasion, not really getting his reward, but was very much a part of their game plan. Hougang, whenever the ball was played into Koga, they would go out and try and apply that pressure. And certainly had an impact on Alberex's build-up game. He hasn't allowed Koga to get himself forward to support the possession play of Albirex. Kishon Philip is very lively down that right-hand side. On this occasion, getting time and space. Put in a good cross right onto the head of Tomoyuki Doi, the league's top scorer. Just couldn't quite find a finish on that occasion. And here's the build-up towards that goal. Nazrul Nazari with the assist. Kishon Philip, I don't think he catches it as cleanly as he would have liked, but perhaps that's what has caught Koga off guard in goal, and it's squeezed in towards that near post. Scuffs it a little bit, but Kishon Philip with his first goal of the season, his first goal for Hougang in the Singapore Premier League. And here's an opportunity late on. As you can see, the majority of opportunities falling the way of Hougang United. There was a late shout for handball, as well as Maksat makes his way into an advanced position. It's the ball coming off the arm of Yamashita. The referee was right there and decided that it wasn't a penalty. Let's have a look at some of the stats from the opening 45 minutes here. And you can see it's Hougang United just completely dominating the league leaders, Albirex Niigata. 9 shots to 3, 5 shots on target to just the 1 from Albirex Niigata. And Hougang as well, you think of the chance creation and quality of opportunities that they've had, much better of those opportunities in this first half. Can they keep up the intensity in the second 45, or will Albirex be able to find a way through? Come back soon and join us for the second half. We'll take a quick break, but we'll be back for the second 45. Perfect timing then. Welcome back to Hougang Stadium. We're just about to get the second 45 underway here. It's the home side. Hougang United leading Albirex Niigata by a goal to nil. Kishon Philip with that goal in the 30th minute. We've also had a couple of substitutions here. One for Hougang United, Fabian Kwok replacing Josiah Pua, who had made his debut for Hougang in this match. Had a good strong showing in that first half, put himself about, but you could see he was just absolutely shattered by the time that halftime whistle went. And Fabian Kwok, the veteran, I'm sure he wouldn't mind me calling him that, coming in to add a bit more quality and experience to that Hougang United central midfield. Albirex Niigata as well have made a change. We've had the number 3, Takahiro Tezuka, come on for Nicky Melvin Singh, and that will probably mean a bit of a reshuffle in midfield with Taniguchi just pushing forward to support Kuraba Kondo in attack. Tezuka will sit in midfield as he usually does, partnering Chiku. Albirex with the quick early long ball down their right hand side for Ong Yuen to go and chase. Takahiro Tezuka and Kosuke Chiku, both of them picked up from Tsukuba University. We're quite familiar with each other, and they have had a really good understanding, both of them in central midfield for Albirex this season. Tezuka capable of playing in central defense as well. And coming into this, Tezuka had actually played every minute for Albirex this season. Former Tochigi SC youth player. Tochigi presently a J2 club. There's some good pedigree in this Albirex Niigata side. As I mentioned, Nagasawa earlier, former Vissel Kobe under-18 player. Some of his foundational years with Gamba Osaka as well. And then, of course, you got Kuraba Kondo, Cerezo Osaka, under-23 player. Some Japanese youth internationals as well in this Albirex team. Shawal was a big threat down the left-hand side in the first half, looking to continue that. He gets the support in the form of Farhan, doesn't need him. Just a heavy first touch by Gilberto, but Farhan's able to keep a hold of it. Just that shot from Fabian. First attempt at goal for him, the halftime substitute. Going wide. Just with that shot. And Gilberto, an opportunity had actually opened up for him. In fact, if he had a better first touch there, just could sit for him. Perhaps could have had a crack at goal. Gilberto just losing out on that occasion to Tezuka. That's Tezuka on the ball here. And good composure just to hang on to it, not rushing the pass. Tokiwa. It's closed down by Fabian Kwok. Forced all the way back into Koga, and whenever it's gone back into Koga, it's been a cue for Hougang to go and step up and apply even more pressure to initiate that pressing game. Perhaps the first time I've really seen a side in the SPL employ that tactic. Koga has had lots and lots of opportunities this season to step forward. We'll come back to that. Taniguchi just looking to link up with Nagasawa. Got enough bodies there defensively, Hougang. That's a good challenge by Kishon. And he's got that added bonus of winning possession for his side, as well as it comes off Tokiwa and goes out of play. And he came into the game looking confident, looking hungry, looking very determined. And that goal must have just sent his confidence levels through the roof as well. Flicked on by Gilberto. It's made its way back into Kaishu Yamazaki. Kishon now. Well, he's done really well there, Kishon. keep a hold of the ball and then invite the contact. Really smart play by Kishani. Looked like he was in a little bit of trouble down that right-hand side, just surrounded by 3 Albirex players. Just have a look at this. Very intelligent, uses his body well, feels the contact, could have gone down the first time. Chose to stay on his feet. Goes down the second, takes the second invitation to win a free kick. Eases the pressure off himself and off his side. Gives them an opportunity to send one into the box from a deeper position here. Kaishu Yamazaki. Instead, he looks for a big switch to Farhan. And plays it into Shawal. And for that return run and a bit of contact from Hashioka. That's what Farhan is claiming anyway. Nothing doing, says the referee. Albirex just can try and string a few passes together, but Hougang just with that pressing game, trying to make sure that Albirex can't get into any rhythm, but they've done really well to play through that press on this occasion. The White Swans into Kuraba Kondo. Can he finish? He does so expertly into the far post. Wonderfully worked team goal. Just carve right through that pressure from Hougang. And move the ball so quickly. Have a look at that here. Half-time substitute Tezuka with a quick turn in midfield. Is able to play it into Kondo, who gets it back off Taniguchi. It's all about keeping his composure. How about that for a finish? Just lifts it past the goalkeeper in towards that far post. There's that quality that I was talking about. Quality and the pedigree that they possess in this Albirex Niigata side coming to the fore. Kuraba Kondo's 5th goal of the season, that one. Back on level terms here, the White Swans is back to the drawing board for Hougang. Confirmation there. Kuraba Kondo in the 51st minute of this match, getting the equalizer. The quality on that play, teamwork from Albirex, and just the individual quality under pressure to turn away from that pressure, play it through the lines as quickly as they did. 1- and 2-touch football. Composure and quality under pressure. If you've got a side like Albirex who can play through that high press, can just absolutely tear you apart. But it's Hougang. The free kick of their own. Tomoyuki Doi, who scored a cracker of a free kick against Tanjong Pagar. Can he repeat that? The wall does its job. And the clearance hammered off Kishon, going up for a throw. Just that tactical change at half-time paying dividends for Albirex Niigata. Tezuka coming on, dropping into central midfield alongside Chiku. And that's pushed Taniguchi further forward. And that's where he usually does his best work. And we're used to seeing him play in that advanced position. Alongside a centre forward, just dropping off into those spaces, into those pockets of space in between the opposition, midfield and defence. And Tezuka adding lots of composure in that midfield role. Nazrul. Nice little triangle there between Nazrul, Doi and Kishon. And does well to hold it up once again until that support arrives. And keep getting numbers around these Hougang players, Albirex. Nazrul, neat bit of skill. Drop off the shoulder, just to buy himself a little bit of time on the ball. Gilberto. There's a second Chance to retain possession there. Oh, that's really well defended by Kosuke Chiku. Chiku, the number 8 for Albirex. Nice, strong defending. You have to be very patient. How often in those situations do you see players getting lazy, giving fouls away, putting their sides under pressure? Chiku showing wonderful discipline and composure. Just hold off until it was the right moment. Just let Gilberto have it until it was the right moment to step across to win it. Kondo with a bit of space to work with now. Able to receive that throw in. Unikas the space, picks it up once again. It's an important challenge by Nazrul. He looks to clear it. Well, I spoke about players jumping into challenges, not being patient enough. Nazrul's not happy about that. Kondo wasn't either with the challenge. You don't mind seeing that. I don't mind seeing a little bit of that as well, that intensity. Means a lot to these players, both sets of players wanting to go on and win this. It's a shrug off there, push from Kondo. No, Nazrul, not too much in it. Chiku. Just looking to play a cheeky ball into the run of Taniguchi at the near post. Yamazaki was alert to that. Kondo, neat bit of skill once again. Tezuka. It's made its way into Nagasawa. Important touch by Maksat. So take it away from the penalty area. Gilberto. Into Kishon. That's a nice idea, but I don't think the execution was quite right. Taniguchi with a beautiful touch. The angle was going against him there, but that first touch was excellent from Taniguchi. Let's have a look at this. His tackle comes flying in. Such a difficult ball. He's got his eyes on the ball all the way through, and that first touch sets himself up for an attempt at goal. Very difficult angle to finish from. It's ended up as a throw into Hougang. Kishon with space to work with. He's got support arriving in the form of Gilberto. He's able to squeeze it into him. Give and go, back into Kishon. Nice idea, again, really well worked down his right-hand side by Hougang. Bit of a lull here as Albirex get themselves into the set position. Got Taniguchi, Ryoya Taniguchi waiting just in between Maksat and Enders. Shows for the ball here for Tezuka. Nazrul was alert to that movement. Just a bit of a decoy movement from Ryoya Taniguchi. 4 goals and 4 assists for him already this season. Just drop shot initially before spinning in behind, looking to catch that defense off guard. Taniguchi, another one who's into his second season with Albirex, formerly of Zweigen Kanazawa. Well played out to Nagasawa, who drifts it towards the back post. Headed away, out to Tokiwa. Tezuka, quick first time ball over the top into Taniguchi. And Kaishu Yamazaki is there once again, putting in a defensive work for Hougang. Albirex seemingly Looking to be the side that are creating more of these opportunities, more and more looking more comfortable on the ball. Hougang, the intensity has just dropped off a little bit. It's Albirex growing in confidence, getting their rhythm going, starting to string these little passes on the edge of the area. Nice intricate play in these positions. We just see Taniguchi turning away from Gilberto for unleashing a shot. And both these sides looking to make a couple more changes as well. Let's get a bit more confirmation on that. Nagasawa breaks into him in space, links up with Kondo. Lovely touch away from Maksad, who comes flying in. It's a decision to make here for the referee. Decides no penalty. Just made a nice little run, goal side of Nazrul there. Not enough contact, I think. Another quick free kick taken by Albirex. Tezuka gets it out wide to Hashioka. Haven't seen much of him in this second half so far. So shot comes in. Taniguchi, can he keep it alive in the box? Hangs on to it. His shot stuck, but he releases into Hashioka. Is one. Good confident goalkeeping to help his side out, eases the pressure on his team. Hougang United will be making that change. Kishon Philip, his night is done. Getting his first goal for Hougang United.
Substitution for
Made a big impact from the start, Kishon Philip. It's a fantastic outlet for them. Excellent work rate and intensity. Replaced by a very experienced player in Hafiz Sujat. Let's have a look at what sort of reshuffle this means in terms of Hougang's setup tactically. Looks like Hafiz will move out into that left back position. Farhan Zulkifli will come onto this right hand side, because a player who can play in those more advanced positions. Farhan, they were looking to just use him and his pace and work rate on this right hand side. Now that Kishon has been taken off, Albirex Niigata making a change of their own. Mahiro Takahashi coming on for 17-year-old Ong Yuen.
Football Club Singapore, player number 27, Ong Yuen, is replaced by player number 30, Mahiro Takahashi.
So fresh legs coming on. Bit of a reshuffle tactically, at least for Hougang. Let's see how that works out for them. But this is where they've looked dangerous in this game, on the counter-attack. Can't find the right ball. That occasion, Shawal is looking to play it into Tomoyuki Doi. Couldn't quite find his teammate. It's Nagasawa trying his best to keep that one in play. And just see how important Ryosuke Nagasawa is to Albirex Niigata and their attacking moves. Chiku picks it up. Gives it to Takahashi. Back to Chiku. Has Tezuka in support. For that diagonal out into Yu Tokiwa. It's a bit too much on that. For Tokiwa. Another one with decent pedigree. Developed at Shonan Belmare. Very early years of his youth career. Shonan, by the way, were a former club of Japanese legend Hidetoshi Nakata. In case you're wondering how they're doing, they are in J1 at the moment. Yamashita Gets his head on that, under pressure from Doi, but it's Doi who picks it up in midfield. Spins away. Trying to work an opening here, Hougang. Yamazaki just looking for the quick ball early. Over the top. Kondo, nice touch. Just into a bit of space for Chiku. Makes it into Taniguchi. The space for Tezuka, down this left-hand side. What a finish! By Takahiro Tezuka. That's his fourth goal of the season. How about that for a bit of invention with the finish from the halftime substitute. Plenty of space on the break here for Albirex to go and exploit. Had his angles closed off. Well, almost all his angles anyway. That's his class and his quality that he's brought to this Albirex side. That's an incredible finish.
Scoring the second goal for Albirex Niigata Football Club Singapore, player number 3, Takahiro Tezuka.
Takahiro Tezuka giving Albirex the lead in the 65th minute. Hougang though, with a chance to get the equalizer, Doi! It's excellent goalkeeping by Koga once again. Bit of an issue in the center of the park here. There was contact between Yamashita and Gilberto, but that's that opportunity from Tomoyuki Doi. He's had a couple of chances in this game. Hasn't been able to find his finishing touch, which is a strange one. Doi, when you consider the form that he's been in, 20 goal contributions coming into this game. 20 goal contributions to Hougang's tally. He just hasn't been able to find a finishing touch yet. Still a player who can turn it on at any time. Need to keep providing that service into Doi and see where that takes them. And it's well defended by Yamashita. Does well, Gilberto, just to dig a cross out into the box there. Okay, lots of bodies around him. He's able to just work a bit of space to send that cross in as Doi gets crowded out. Well, that one change from Albirex at halftime making a huge difference to the complexion of this game. Tezuka coming in, adding composure to that midfield, pushing Taniguchi on. And Taniguchi has been able to work his magic in those advanced positions. And then Tezuka. Well, it was Taniguchi with that assist for the equalizer for Kondo. And that assist into Tezuka as well. An incredible finish. You know, a player who has number 3 on his back just shouldn't finish like that. Incredible stuff. The tempo has died down though. Hougang's tempo and intensity has dropped, and that was a concern that I picked out towards the end of that first half, is whether they'd be able to maintain those intensity levels that they were playing at. Instead, it's Albirex who've gone up a couple of gears. They have looked the more threatening of these two sides. They have looked the better of these two in the second 45. Remember the halftime stats very much in favor of Hougang United. 9 shots, 5 on target. I think it was Albirex with just 3 shots in that first half, just the one on target for them. Hougang game plan in that first half working to perfection. To play with intensity, looking to play with that pressing game and counter-attack. A much improved performance by Albirex in this second half. Is just showing everyone, it's just demonstrating to the rest of the league just why they're still unbeaten this season and why they're currently leading the SPL. 9 City Sailors fans watching on will probably be tearing their hair out. And that finish from Tezuka got them all excited at the end of that first half. Hougang going into the break, a goal up. And dreams come crashing down. There is still time to go here though for Hougang to call themselves back into the title race. If Albirex win this, they will create that 8-point gap between themselves and Hougang United. Ball just drilled towards that back post. Flag has gone up for offside. Just trying a bit of variation on that set piece. Albirex, instead of whipping it in towards the near post, they just look to try and drive it towards the back post where Konimoto was waiting. He just completely mistimes his run. Starts way too early. It's an easy call for the assistant referee, Clarence Liao, to make on that far side. The teams go off for a cooling break. I've still got an opportunity here, Hougang, to make one more change. They do have options, they do have attacking options on the bench. Shahril Ishak, Khairul Nizam, a couple of options in those forward positions. They decided that's the way they want to go. There's those three as well, just warming up away from your picture. It is Khairul Nizam, Shahril Ishak and Afiq Noor is there as well. So they're going to try and make themselves ready and available if they're called upon. This play gets restarted here. Tezuka is looking to lift it forward. And there's under a bit of pressure. Goes back into Izwan. Just smashes it back upfield into Koga. Will hang on to it and just try and kill that momentum and tempo once again. It's now Albirex who can afford to do that. Having established this lead. Look to adjust the rhythm and tempo of the game to their liking. Acres of space in midfield here on that second ball. Kuraba Kondo picks it up and drives forward with it before giving it into Hashioka. It takes Hafiz Sujat on, delivers towards the back post. Back out into Tezuka. Patient this time, Chiku. Back out to Hashioka. He's got options in the box here. Goes towards the back post once again. Tokiwa has done really well to keep that in. Nope, flag has gone up. Well, just seemingly able to find their way through with ease now in the second half. Albirex. Farhan. First time we've really seen him down this right-hand side. He's looking to try and create an opportunity on this side of the pitch. So it just goes out of play. Will be a throw for Hougang United. So they will be able to retain possession. Gilberto providing an option for Nazrul, who does choose to go into him. I see more and more attention being paid these days to things like throw-ins. A lot of throw-in coaches being employed by clubs around the world, looking for that extra 1%. There are stats to back that up as well in terms of how possession is lost on those restarts of play, on throw-ins, just because it's an area of the pitch or a part of the game where players are very close to each other. There's a lot of pressure in those situations, so you need to be quite creative, need to show a lot of movement off the ball. As Farhan looks to take on Tokiwa in the one-on-one. Good challenge by Tokiwa. Taniguchi just had a look over his shoulder, saw Maksa charging in. He's able to skip away from the challenge, but win his side a throw in here. Clementio on the touchline, not happy with that. He thinks it should have been a handball here as Tokiwa comes sliding in. He's never going to give that. Amos in a natural position. As you're sliding, of course, you're going to use your arm for support in those situations. Chiku. It's congesting the middle there. There's lots of movement. In the center of the box is Nagasawa as well. Joins in and provides support for Taniguchi. Chiku. Ashioka just driving infield and takes the contact from Hafiz. It's a yellow card for Hafiz Abu Sujat. Choosing to just drive infield, Hashioka on this occasion, and normally accelerates down the outside of the defender. Uses the width on this occasion. Just shakes it up, changes it up a little bit and catches that defense off guard. A yellow card for Hafiz, the first of the game as well, which has been competitive. It's been played in great spirits, good intensity to this game. Been hard challenges flying in, but very honest, legitimate challenges, strong challenges that have come in. So another opportunity for Albirex to extend the lead here. Tokiwa stepping up to take this. So he's set up to use his right foot. Just tries to squeeze it in at that near post, as Hougang were able to do in the first half. This one had it covered and he launches it long. But again, the distribution is poor and it goes straight back to Albirex. And Takahashi is able to pick that one out from the sky with ease. 12 shots to 7 here for Hougang and Albirex, but Albirex in the second half have certainly created the better opportunities, higher quality opportunities. Moment of brilliance from Tezuka for that second goal. And clever finish from Kondo as well for the equalizer. And just that build-up in possession from Albirex, the way they were able to play out from that pressing of Hougang United. And here they go again. Tezuka gets it off Taniguchi. Into Kondo. Lots of movement off the ball from Albirex here. Always options, players moving into these positions. Chiku is interchanging passes with Takahashi. Interchanging positions as well. Making life very difficult for Hougang's defenders. Chiku. Tezuka. It almost felt like for a moment that he was perhaps going to have another shot at goal, Tezuka. But he was looking for that option into Tokiwa down that left-hand side. Just looking to play it into him as we see Hougang final substitution here. Afikno coming on for Farhan Zulkifli. So they've chosen not to go with some of the natural attacking players that they've got on the bench in Khairul Nizam and Sharul Ishak. Decided instead to go with Afikno. Here's a central midfielder. Has got 1 goal this season, Afikno. His 5th season with Hougang United. Let's just have a look at how they reshuffle this again tactically. Afikno will be dropping into the center of the park. Play alongside Fabian. Kaishu in there as well. I'm just going to ask Nazrul to just push on a little bit more down this right-hand side to be that player that gives them the width on the right. As they win a free kick here in an advanced position. Kaishu Yamazaki, an opportunity to put one in for Doi to perhaps get his 16th goal of the season. Got Maksat in there, Gilberto in there to aim for Shawal Doi towards the near post. Almost made its way through. So Maksat goes flying in on Hashioka. Comes back out to Yamazaki. Just trying to catch Koga off guard there. Drilled shot towards the near post. Koga, ever steady, ever reliable. Coming up with that save. Yamashita. Kondo just dropping into a deeper position now to try and orchestrate things for Albirex. Lovely give and go, Hashioka with that pace. Just run out of play. Comes off Hafiz. It'll be a corner for Albirex. Again, that intricacy of the build-up, the play in possession for Albirex. And just that having that ability to step up the tempo when it matters. Here's a look again as that cross from Yamazaki comes back in, and then the second attempt with that shot. Just trying to squeeze it past Koga. Albirex just able to go through the gears when it matters, able to transition quickly. And Gilberto heads that one away. Doi. He's got Hafiz ahead of him. Just has to hang on to it until more support arrives. And eventually, Albirex, you have a look at how they get themselves back so quickly on that defensive transition. Charging back into the defensive shape, making sure they get their numbers back. It was their attacking corner, but the intensity and the desire that they show to get themselves back into a defensive shape to thwart any possible counter-attack that Hougang are looking to try and hit them with. Yamazaki steps up for this one again with the signal. Easily headed away by Tezuka. Comes out to Fabian Kwok. Mashita has actually dealt with that really well. Had to keep his focus, had to keep his eyes on the ball there. He was bumped off. Could have easily lost his balance and given Hougang an opportunity to get in behind. He did well to clear his lines. Says Kunimoto here as well. Kondo just unable to hang on to it. Gilberto. Set it away and it's picked up by Takahashi. Kunimoto and Yamashita just slowing it down and keeping a hold of it, inviting that pressure and then finding space in behind Hougang midfield. Takahashi just decides to go back again. They've got Tokiwa and acres of space down this left-hand side if they can find the switch into him. And decide to go back into Yamashita. Launches it forward. Easily dealt with by Hafiz. Edging towards that win, Albirex. Still time for Hougang to try and pull something back here. Clock is ticking away. Albirex are holding firm. There's been no real sign of any sort of resurgence from Hougang. They haven't been threatening in the second half. They haven't put Koga under enough pressure, haven't put that Albirex defense under enough pressure in the second 45. As Tokiwa takes the contact from Nazrul. And Koga, as you'd expect in a situation like this, will take however long he possibly can, before the referee has a word with him to restart play. Picking up those seconds, killing that time off, killing the rhythm of Hougang's game as well. Frustration, more frustration for Hougang United. Worked very hard in the first half. Played at a really good tempo and intensity. Got their reward through that goal from Kishon. Haven't been able to replicate that in the second 45 at home here. Afik. It's getting the runs mixed up a little bit there. Doi and Shawal moving into the same positions. Nagasawa's got a little bit of space now to carry the ball forward. Gets Tokiwa in support. Patiently waiting for that support to arrive. Gets it in the form of Kondo. Held on to it. Hanada. Again, he'll just run it into the channels out wide here, but Nazrul's done very well to retain possession for his side. Last chance saloon time now for Hougang United. If it's going to happen, it has to happen now. Gilberto holds it up. Plenty of Albirex players behind the ball here. They know they're so close to a big win. What will be their second win over Hougang United this season. Will be their 9th win of this SPL season. They open up that gap between themselves and Hougang United to 8 points now. Here's a reminder of the full-time score. Hougang United, the Cheetahs, with that opening goal through Kishon Philip, they were the much better side in the opening 45, dominated in terms of chances created, in terms of the shots that they put on goal, but they weren't able to hang on to that intensity in the second half, as Kuraba Kondo and Takahiro Tezuka were able to give Albirex a hugely important win here, which keeps them top of the table, regardless of what Lion City Sailors will do whenever they're in action next. We will have highlights coming up very shortly as well, as the teams walk off here. They can be very satisfied, the White Swans, with their performance in this game, especially in the second half, but it was Hougang who got things off. A really good start for themselves. 30th minute, Kishon Philip getting an opportunity right from the start and showing good desire and intensity to try and want to make something happen, getting the assist from Nazrul. Just scuffs his shot a little bit perhaps, but it doesn't matter as long as it ends up in the back of the net. His first goal of the season. But have a look at this build-up by Albirex and this team play. 1, 2, 3, 4. Comes back into Kondo, the 5th pass in there, and he's in behind. And then having that composure and the quality to find that finish. Just kept his head. Give and go with Taniguchi here. Running in behind, and then he just flicks it towards that far post to get the equalizer. Kuraba Kondo showing all his quality there. Cerezo Osaka, under 23 player. with Albirex this season. And then just as it breaks through in midfield, just have a look at this and appreciate and enjoy this finish from Takahiro Tezuka. Incredible quality. It's something you're used to seeing from some of the top strikers in the league or the top strikers around the world. This is quality from a central midfielder with a number 3 on his jersey as well. Such a cool, composed finish. A game-changing player. Came on at half-time. Wins the match eventually for Albirex Niigata, but they would have a few opportunities later on as well. Kuraba Kondo once again skipping past a couple of challenges. And it's just in these moments where they're able to go up the gears, increase the tempo of their play. Big opportunity there for Taniguchi to add one more goal, but it's Maksat who comes up big with that challenge. And at that point you thought, last chance saloon for Hougang. He's kept Hougang in it with that challenge, but they weren't able to really do anything with it. As the seconds ticked away, Takahashi can set Taniguchi up for a finish at goal. Wasn't to be, but what was to be was a comfortable victory in the end in the second half for Albirex. They work incredibly hard, and don't let these stats fool you, folks. It was 9 shots for Hougang United in the first half. 5 of those were on target, so in the second half, just improved by those 2 more on target. Increased by 4 shots in total. 13 shots for them, but not many were of a very high quality, and that's important to remember. Don't be fooled by the stats here. Albirex Niigata much improved in the second half. Much better quality of chances that they created in the second 45, and they go away deserved winners just based on that performance. Well, let's have a look at what sort of impact it has on the SPL table as it stands. Albirex Niigata just pulling away from the Lion City Sailors now, still unbeaten, no defeats this season. 4 points clear of the Lion City Sailors, and they've opened up a nice, comfortable gap between themselves and Hougang United, as you can see there, on 23 points. And Albirex in cruise control at the moment. As I said, coming into this one, a big, big game ahead of us. And it turned out that it's gone in the way of Albirex Niigata. Let's have a look then at what's coming up in the rest of the weekend in the Singapore Premier League. We've got Balestier Khalsa against the Young Lions. Balestier Khalsa will want to bounce back from a defeat against Geylang International on the last match day with a win over the Young Lions. And then an important one, Tanjong Pagar United and Geylang International on the 1st of August there. That could be another big one to keep an eye on as both sides try to improve their positions on the table. Well, we hope you've enjoyed our coverage of this game. Thanks for joining us for this game between Hougang United and Albirex Niigata. That is your final score. The White Swans going away happy and top of the table with a nice, comfortable lead. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.